In the name of God, the Almighty, the Merciful. The revelation of the writ is from God, the exalted in might, the wise. We sent down to thee the writ with the truth, so serve thou God, sincere to him in doctrine. Does not the sincere doctrine belong to God, and those who take allies besides him? We only serve them that they might bring us near to God in proximity. God will judge between them concerning that wherein they differ. God guides not him who is a liar and an ingrate. Had God willed to take his Son, he would have chosen from what he created what he willed. Glory be to him. He is God, the one, the vanquishing. He created the heavens and the earth in truth. He wraps the night over the day, and he wraps the day over the night. And he made subject the sun and the moon, each running for a stated term. Is he not the exalted in might, the forgiver? He created you from one soul, then he made from it its mate, and he sent down for you of the cattle 8 pairs. He creates you in the wombs of your mothers, creation after creation, in 3 darknesses. That is God, your Lord. To him belongs the dominion. There is no God save he. How then are you diverted? If you deny, God is free from need of you, and he is not pleased for his servants with denial. And if you are grateful, he is pleased therewith for you, and no bearer bears the burden of another. Then to your Lord is your return, and he will inform you of what you did. He knows what is in the breasts. And when affliction touches man, he calls to his Lord, turning to him. Then when he confers upon him favour from him, he forgets that for which he called to him before, and makes equals to God, to lead astray from his path. Say thou, enjoy thou thy denial a little, thou art of the companions of the fire. If he who is humbly obedient in the watches of the night, submitting and standing, fearing the hereafter, and hoping for the mercy of his Lord, is like one who does not. Say thou, are they equal, those who know and those who know not? There take heed but those of insight. Say thou, O my servants who heed warning, be in prudent fear of your Lord. For those who do good in the world is good, and God's earth is spacious. The patient will but be paid their reward without reckoning. Say thou, I have been commanded to serve God, sincere to him in doctrine, and I have been commanded to be the first of those submitting. Say thou, I fear if I should disobey my Lord the punishment of a tremendous day. Say thou, God do I serve, sincere to him in my doctrine, so serve what you will besides him. Say thou, the losers will be those who lose themselves and their families on the day of resurrection. Is that not the clear loss? They will have above them canopies of the fire, and beneath them canopies. By that does God put his servants in dread. O my servants, be in prudent fear of me. And those who avoid idols lest they serve them, and turn to God, for them are glad tidings. So give thou glad tidings to my servants, those who hear the word and follow the best thereof. Those are they whom God has guided, and it is they who are those possessed of insight. Is then he upon whom the word of punishment has become binding, like one upon whom it has not? Art thou then to rescue him who is in the fire? But those who are in prudent fear of their Lord, They have high chambers, above which are high chambers built, beneath which rivers flow. The promise of God, God will not break the appointment. Dost thou not see that God sent down from the sky water, and inserted it as springs in the earth? Then he brings forth a crop differing in its hues, then it withers, and thou seest it turn to yellow, then he makes it debris. In that is a reminder for men of understanding. Is then he whose breast God has expanded to submission so that he follows light from his Lord, like one whose breast God has not thus expanded? Then woe to those whose hearts are hardened against the remembrance of God. Those are in manifest error. God has sent down the best narration, a writ of paired comparison, whereat shiver the skins of those who fear their Lord. Then their skins and their hearts soften to the remembrance of God. That is the guidance of God wherewith he guides whom he wills, and whom God sends astray, for him there is no guide. Is then he who has no prudent fear, but his face against the evil of the punishment on the day of resurrection, like one who is not ill prepared? And it will be said to the wrongdoers, Taste what you earned. Those before them denied, and the punishment came upon them whence they perceived not. And God let them taste disgrace in the life of this world, but the punishment of the hereafter is greater, had they but known. And we have struck for mankind in this Qur'an every similitude, that they might take heed, an Arabic recitation, free of deviation, that they might be in prudent fear. God has struck a similitude, a man concerning whom are partners quarrelling, and a man in submission to one man. Are they equal in likeness? Praise belongs to God. The truth is, most of them know not. Thou wilt die, and they will die. Then on the day of resurrection before your Lord will you dispute. And who is more unjust than he who lies against God and denies the truth when it comes to him? Is then there not in Gehenna a home for the false claimers of guidance? And whoso comes with the truth and confirms it, it is they who are those of prudent fear. For them is what they will with their Lord, that is the reward of the doers of good, that God might remove from them the worst of what they did, and reward them with their reward for the best of what they did. Is then God not sufficient for his servant? And they would put thee in dread of those other than him, and whom God sends astray, for him there is no guide. And whom God guides, for him there is none to lead astray. Is then God not exalted in might, and able to requite? And if thou askest them who created the heavens and the earth, they will say, God. Say thou, have you considered to what you call other than God? If God wills affliction for me, are they removers of his affliction? Or if he wills mercy for me, are they withholders of his mercy? Say thou, God is sufficient for me. In him place their trust those who would place their trust aright. Say thou, O my people, work according to your power. I am working, and you will come to know to whom there comes a punishment that disgraces him, and upon whom there descends a lasting punishment. We sent down upon thee the writ for mankind with the truth, and whoso is guided, it is for his soul, and whoso strays, he but strays against it, and thou art not a guardian over them. God takes the souls at the time of their death, and that which has not died in its sleep. Then he keeps that for which he has ordained death, and sends down the other to a stated term. In that are proofs for people who reflect. If they have taken intercessors besides God, say thou, even though they have not power over anything, but they do not reason. Say thou, unto God belongs intercession altogether, his is the dominion of the heavens and the earth, then to him will you be returned. And when God alone is remembered, the hearts of those who believe not in the hereafter shrink with aversion. But when those besides him are remembered, then they rejoice. Say thou, O God, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, the knower of the unseen and the seen, thou wilt judge between thy servants concerning that wherein they differed. And were those who do wrong to possess all that is in the earth, and the like of it with it, they would seek to ransom themselves thereby from the evil of the punishment on the day of resurrection. And there will appear to them from God that on which they had not reckoned. And there will appear to them the evil deeds they earned, and there will surround them that whereat they mocked. And when affliction touches man, he calls to us. Then when we confer upon him favour from us, he says, I have only been given it according to knowledge. The truth is, it is a means of denial, but most of them know not. There had said it those before them, but there availed them not what they earned, and the evil deeds they earned befell them. And those who do wrong among these, there will befall them the evil deeds of what they have earned, and they will not escape. Know they not that God expands provision for whom he wills, and he straightens? In that are proofs for people who believe. Say thou, O my servants who have committed excess against their souls, despair not of the mercy of God. God forgives transgressions altogether. He is the forgiving, the merciful. And turn in repentance to your Lord, and submit to him before there comes to you the punishment. Then will you not be helped. And follow the best of what is sent down to you from your Lord, before the punishment comes upon you unexpectedly, when you perceive not, lest a soul say, O my regret over what I neglected in what was due to God, and was of those who deride. Or it say, Had God guided me, I would have been among those of prudent fear. Or it say, when it sees the punishment, Would that I had returned, that I might be of the doers of good. Verily, my proofs came to thee, but thou didst deny them, and waxed proud, and wast among the false claimers of guidance. And on the day of resurrection thou wilt see those who lied against God, their faces blackened. Is then there not in Gehenna a home for the proud? And God will deliver those who were in prudent fear by their attainments. Evil will not touch them, nor will they grieve. God is the Creator of all things, and he is guardian over all things. To him belong the keys of the heavens and the earth, and those who deny the proofs of God, it is they who are the losers. Say thou, Is it other than God you command me to serve, O you who are ignorant? And it has been revealed to thee and to those before thee. If thou ascribe a partnership, thy deeds will be made vain, and thou wilt be among the losers. Nay, but God shalt thou serve, and be thou among the grateful. And they measured God not with the measure due him, and the earth altogether will be his handful on the day of resurrection, and the heavens will be folded up in his right hand. Glory be to him, and exalted is he above that to which they ascribe a partnership. And the trumpet will be blown, and whoso is in the heavens, and whoso is in the earth, will fall down thunderstruck, save whom God wills. Then will it be blown again, and then will they be standing, looking on. And the earth will shine with the light of its Lord, and the writ will be set up, and the prophets and the witnesses will be brought, and it will be concluded between them with justice, and they will not be wronged. And every soul will be paid in full for what it did, and he best knows what they do. And those who ignore warning will be driven into Gehenna in companies. When they have come to it, the gates thereof will be opened, and the keepers thereof will say to them, Came there not to you messengers from among you, reciting to you the proofs of your Lord, and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They will say, Verily. But the word of punishment is binding upon the false claimers of guidance. It will be said, Enter the gates of Gehenna, abiding eternally therein. And evil is the dwelling of the proud. And those who were in prudent fear of their Lord will be driven towards the garden in companies. When they have come to it, and the gates thereof have been opened, then their journey will be over. And the keepers thereof will say to them, Peace be upon you, you did well, so enter it, abiding eternally. And they will say, Praise belongs to God, who has fulfilled for us his promise, and made us inherit the earth. We may settle in the garden wheresoever we will. And excellent is the reward of the workers. And thou wilt see the angels surrounding the throne, glorifying with the praise of their Lord. And it will be decided between them with justice. And it will be said, Praise belongs to God, the Lord of all creation.